Andrew in Washington leads us off. Hi, Andrew. What's on your mind today?
Hey, good morning, Dan and Danette. Thanks for taking my call. Real quick, I missed yesterday if you guys celebrated the Summer League champs, Portland Trail Blazers, with the MVP of the championship game, the Trendon Watford. I know you guys are big, Summer League fans.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. But one other question for you, Dan. I was listening yesterday about Tom Brady's parenting problems, and then you kind of said the same thing where you wanted your kids to establish themselves. I had a question. What's the hardest thing you didn't do for your kids that you could have, knowing that it'd be better for them to do on their own? With that, you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Andrew. What did I not help my kids with? Well, certainly homework. I didn't help them with that. I don't think I was patient enough with my children when it came to athletics, certainly my son, because it just came naturally to me. And I don't know if I was patient enough with him. And, that he's 30. It still bothers me because he did tried everything. He just wasn't an athlete. But, he's grown into a great man. But at the time, I was so caught up in my career. And you just forget. Like, they don't know you're caught up in your career. They just want to know, hey, can you teach me? And I just didn't I didn't understand that he didn't pick it up as quickly as I did. And, even with my daughters, to get them to understand, they complain now because they have boyfriends and they're like, Dad, you never told us about sports. I'm like, you were around it constantly. And I would get it home and then I didn't want to talk sports because I didn't want to bring work home. So, that's probably a big regret, having patience. If you're a parent, and I say this from experience, and you have children, patience and sense of humor. Those are the two things that I lacked. And I think if you have that every day, patience and a sense of humor, well, really with your wife or your husband. If you don't, then you end up with regrets like I do. Like, I didn't have any patience, and I didn't have a sense of humor back then. As we've talked about, where my poor little daughter is saying, Dad, why don't you jump into the water? And I say, as I'm videotaping, why don't you mind your own business?
Fair.
Yeah.
Was there any comedy to it when you said it?
No, there was not.
It's so over the top, it's funny.
I should bring in that clip just so you can see. Like, my daughter was unfazed by it.
Wait, you have it?
Yeah. I recorded it. There's video.
We have to see that.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Yes. Yeah. And she goes, okay. And then she had her little floaties on, turned around and started paddling away. And I went, oh, I'm a horrible person.
In the moment, you realized, I shouldn't have done that?
No. It took a little while after that. I didn't know exactly at the time.
But you know what, though? Sometimes, I have those moments, too, where it comes out, and I'm like, wow, I didn't need to be that, curt or rude.
No.
You know what I mean? It happened just the other day.
He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it, and as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad, you know I'm gonna be like you.
Bang.
All together now.
The cat's in the cradle
and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you coming home? Everybody's crying in here. We'll get together.
Yeah, pollen.